So Avarosa is a diversity approach for us. We really want to put some spotlight on gamers that are not men in esport. We want to see where they are right now. We understand that there's a lot of discussion, and you can have these roundtables where you discuss, well, male, female, why there's a difference. And we just wanted to see what it's really like, especially in League of Legends. This is why we gave players the chance to go on that journey with us, teach us, so we could learn from them and we could teach them how we see esports. And that's basically what Avarosa is all about. Kind of a journey for players that are not men.
Mm-hmm. What is the challenge when it comes to including players that are not men right now in esports?
I think the challenge is always the unknown, because you do not know who's walking through that door and how open are they, and how much can they teach you, and how much how much do they want to be taught by you. That's always something you never know. I mean, we do have a past with female teams. We call them SK ladies back in the days, 2002 up to 2010 in Counter-Strike. Won lots of trophies, but that was different because you had your own kind of female scene. You had the ESWC as one tournament, then at some point you had Arbalest Cup and whatnot, so they had their own circuit, so to speak. But now for us the question is different, because we look at League of Legends and we don't see a reason why our top athletes should be male. Why shouldn't they be female? We don't see any reason for that. And this is kind of a testing field for us to see if we can get a movement going that puts us in a direction where we can actually solve that riddle.
And where should this change come from, and why is it important for SK as an organization to take care of this kind of topic?
I think there is three directions the change can come from. One, obviously, is organizations such as ourselves. We have the resources, we have the partners, we have everything, we have the whole setup to run a project like that. So we should be active. This is our duty, this is what we can do. The second direction is the players. They need to be open for that process, and they need to understand that we do not have all the answers for them. So that's important as well. And the third, and I think that comes afterwards when we do all the storytelling around it, is the community. The community needs to be open to pick up on that, see the positivity in this, and the chance, the opportunity for the future in it. And that's basically how we look at it.
So you're cooking for esports athletes.
That's great.
I imagine you want to build healthy meals every day. Tell me about the process for everything and what you're cooking for the girls.
It takes a bit of time of planning. I try and make sure that everything's super balanced. There's a mix of like meaty dishes and also vegetarian and vegan dishes. I always have a vegetarian option every single day, and there's always lots of salads with veggies, everything inside. So it's always a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, but it's always super rewarding at the end of the day.
Are you trying to make them try new things also?
Absolutely. I think my most controversial dish was the cauliflower pizza. They went nuts for it. Still not their number one. I think it was one of my best reviews. So I didn't put cauliflower on the pizza. I made the base with the cauliflower, and they loved it. So that was pretty cool.
How do they respond usually to you?
Sometimes it varies. One player in particular, anytime there was something he didn't know, he'd say, "What do I do with this thingy?" I'm like, "Well, you eat it." And then it ranges from, "Oh, what is this? This tastes so good." And my other popular one is a body kitchen recipe, and that's the celery schnitzel. It's so good. Props to my colleagues because they've done so well. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. The food was amazing.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much for the interview.
Cool. Thank you.
How different is the Avarosa project from what we've seen before?
So I'm not going to compare because I don't exactly know how other teams have worked behind their projects, But what I know about SK and the Avarosa project is that people are willing to invest their time and money, which is very important, behind it. They're willing to see the team succeed. They're willing to be behind the player as a player. It doesn't matter where they're from, who they are, what they do, you know, none of that. I'm actually really proud that we chose all the players. We had no idea who they are, what they looked like, and we actually ended up with a super diverse team without even knowing it. Like, we hadn't even seen their faces. And when they turned up, it was fantastic to see what you can do without seeing someone's face, you know? So I'm really proud and I'm really happy that SK is behind them, and I've taken part in a lot of the things where are considered on what can we do better. I've been a part of, you know, female teams, inside, outside. Back then it was like a whole different deal, but you also have a lot of suggestions. Lara as well has done the same thing. We are being listened to, and I think that is the biggest thing. Every time there is feedback, next book can becomes better, and next book can becomes better. And I think this is what this whole project is about, evolution, and the org being willing to listen. And so far we've had absolutely no issues with that.
How far do you think we are from having mixed teams in esports? And I'm thinking about second division maybe at first, and then maybe the LEC one day.
I think in second divisions there are a few teams that have introduced a few women talent or non-binary talent. I think the issue more lies in the major leagues like LEC, again, LCS, LCK, LPL, like all through around the world. And again, it's logistics, right? The organizations do not want to take the risk of possibly their money not paying off, you know, because something happens in the team and the team breaks up or whatever. But again, I feel we're quite far. But if teams do see the prospect and they do see the evolution and the future with what SK is doing right now, fingers crossed. I really hope we do see a lot more organizations following suit. I really hope that there's a league formed really soon that is dedicated to this talent, and it keeps getting cultivated to the point where we have a spring split and we have a summer split and it's treated, for example, like EU Masters or any other ERL. And yeah, I think this would be a big step. Obviously, there's a bunch of logistic stuff in the middle, like, you know, sponsors, teams actually starting to invest, and this could probably be the one thing that takes time.
What's your take on the evolution of inclusivity as a whole in esports, and what is the next step for you?
I think it's blooming. I think we're at a spot where people are being hired specifically in esports to teach inclusivity, to teach how important it is to have people from all different backgrounds, from all different sexualities, from all different sexes, and making sure that they are being promoted equally on whatever they're working on, right? So that is really lovely to see. I think standing behind each other would be the best thing that we can do, especially, you know, if you're a trans person, if you're a woman, if you're non-binary, standing behind someone that you know is going through the same thing, uplifting every single person would be the next step forward. Now, for what's going to happen in the future, I can't tell. All I can do is hopefully give my feedback. So far, it's been received very positively. This is why I'm glad, and I know it sounds very tacky and icky or whatever, but this is the reason why I've chosen to stay for an entire year with SK, because everything I have voiced has been listened to and respected, and there's been an action plan behind it, whether it's something personal that I would like, or if it's something towards a project, or if it's something towards a team, and that's super respectful and lovely to see. As for the future of inclusivity, again, I just hope more teams just tread on the same road and just try to support each other, you know, not big competition. Let's leave the competition on the reef, you know, let's try for this course specifically to support each other, to try and push a league forward. Thank you.
That's all for us here in Cologne. I hope you had fun discovering the Avarosa project, and thank you, Georgia, for the interview, for the visit, for this amazing day. I hope you're going to see these girls in the LEC one day. Hopefully.
And thank you so much for coming.
And I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you watched it. There's going to be more, of course, next year. Gaming house, tours, everything you want to know. That's all for us now. Tschüss!